Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassidy Carson and this is The Life of a Writer. Today is Sunday, January 25th, 2026. It is the playoffs for the NFL. I believe the New England Patriots just beat the Denver Broncos. It was snowing pretty hard in Denver today, and apparently a lot of parts of the country are getting snow, so not here in Nevada. It's not sunny right now, but it's not snowing either. It is a little chilly out here in my sunroom, but that's okay. I don't mind a little bit of cool weather as long as it's not freezing cold. So aside from the playoffs, apparently, and this is a little bit of the topic I will be discussing today, apparently there is an outage with TikTok, which has been a little bit frustrating. Both JT and I tried to do our daily post over on TikTok, and his kept saying it was under review. Mine just said I was having internet connections or interruptions or something strange like that. I did manage to go live for a short time, and I did see a few people logging in to say hi, or I don't know what the correct terminology would be, but they were popping on to say hello, but I don't know for sure if it was connected for very long because it does seem like the app is having some problems. Guessing it's probably because it was just taken over by another group of investors here, and I don't know what's going on in the background. I don't think a lot of people do. So kind of my topic of discussion today is social media and the frustrations of using social media as an independent author, or basically anyone who is trying to promote their work to the general public, because it is one thing to promote locally, which JT and I have been working on. We do send out press releases to our local media and things like that. We do in-person events locally. But if we want to have an audience outside of our local area, we somehow have to be able to contact these people, because using traditional media, newspapers, radio, television, unless you are going to pay for advertising, they're not going to write about you if you're not local. And that's where a lot of creators, writers, artists, photographers, variety of different small business owners rely on social media to get the word out about what they do. And when there are disruptions, it can be very challenging, because then there's no way for us to talk with any followers we might have out there. Of course, the other issue is that the social media landscape is so vast. There are so many apps. The apps keep changing, and it is hard to keep up with them and to maintain a following on them, because if you hit an app at the right time, you may build a following, but then if they change hands or something, then you could lose the following. So it's not a really reliable way to promote yourself. And that's why I have started trying to do more YouTube videos. I'm trying to maybe expand my reach this way. I don't know if it will be successful. I feel like YouTube is probably a type of social media. I mean, it can be a streaming platform. You can do lives on YouTube, and it can also be just a place to post your videos. So in some ways, I think it works like other social media platforms. I mean, I'm using Twitter, which I continue to call Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. I've tried Blue Sky. I haven't done much on Blue Sky. They're trying to market it as TikTok, but Blue Sky is more like Twitter. Skylight is the Blue Sky version of TikTok. And so far, I've done a little bit on there, but I always keep forgetting to post. And then there are things like Pinterest, which I still haven't quite figured out, and there's Substack. And posting to all these platforms is very time consuming. I mean, it's just what I've started doing is I will pick a post for the day and just post it across all of the platforms that I'm logged into. And I know that's not how marketers would use social media, but I don't want to spend all my time on social media trying to market what I'm doing. I would rather be spending my time writing. So I just thought it would be interesting to talk a little bit about what's going on today with TikTok in the US. I know it's not just JT and I. I did look it up online because what do you do when your social media is not working? You check other social media, which is really funny because each platform seems to have a dislike of the users going to another platform. So for example, if you post a link to your website because you want people to go check out what you're doing, your post won't get a lot of visibility because they don't want people who are scrolling mindlessly through the app to click away and then never come back. And on some level, I do understand that, but I also feel like it's frustrating because if they're going to allow us to use these apps to talk to each other, why can't we show people what we're doing outside of that particular app? I mean, financially, I get it. It's all about money. We are a capitalistic society, and that's just the way things go. But I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you about both social media and marketing books because that's what I've been trying to do, is market books through social media. But I'm not trying really hard. I would really rather be writing. I would hope that someday maybe one of my books will be picked up by someone somewhere else. And for example, I think I mentioned before that somehow or other, the New York Public Library has an ebook version of Passion Restored, which if you are in the New York Public Library system, I hope you will check it out and give it a chance because I would love that. And if you do, please tell people, because that word of mouth is really the best way to market. And in my mind, social media should be like word of mouth, but that's really not how it works because there is a lot of gatekeeping by the platforms. So I guess that's my little rant for the day about how frustrating social media can be and how frustrating the world of social media can be because we're always dealing with new iterations of it, different sales. For example, TikTok just going to new ownership and now having problems, and who knows if it is going to continue to be the platform that everyone has enjoyed it. I guess enjoyed being a matter of perception, maybe. It can be fun to play around on TikTok, and the live that JT and I did on New Year's Eve, we had a lot of fun with that. The one I just tried, the impromptu one, was a little bit more stressful because I wasn't sure what was going on with the app. And even though I saw people popping in, I didn't know if, how that was working, if it was being consistent, if my signal strength is really having issues, then is my live kind of stopping and starting? And I had no way of knowing. JT was able to see my live, even though he's having problems with his TikTok. I did try to get him to co-host it, but that didn't work because it said something was under review. So who knows? And I get frustrated because that app will consistently tell me that people have started following me on Lemon8, but I don't want to use Lemon8. I probably have one that I've never logged into. And I really have no desire to add any more social media platforms to what I'm doing because the ones I'm using right now really aren't helping all that much. Even though I do have a few consistent people that I interact with online, and that's what I enjoy most about social media, is that I have virtually met people that, we will send comments back and forth to each other. We'll try to bolster each other when we're having a bad day. And, that's the kind of thing I think that can be really helpful for social media, especially in a world where maybe, for instance, like right now, there's a lot of severe weather going on, and there may be people stuck at home who would normally be out interacting with their friends and family, and maybe they live alone, so they might be relying on social media so that they don't feel so lonely until the storm passes. Or, you know, they may be watching other people's social media just to help pass the time. So there can be some good things about it. I don't know if they balance with the negative aspects of social media or the more frustrating aspects of social media. So that's kind of my little discussion for the day about what's going on January 25th, 2026. We have football and we have TikTok not working right. What an exciting day. Not to say that there aren't other bigger things going on in the world right now, and those have been covered in great detail. I don't really have anything to add to that discussion other than I do not approve with how things are going, and I think that we all need to look out for each other. And it's frustrating that when people do try to look out for each other, it can end up being detrimental to their health. I won't go too much more deeply into that because I think most people know what I'm referring to, and I'm trying not to be too much of a stressor because we have enough of that going on in the world. So anyway, that's my little chat for the day. Nothing too exciting. I thought I'd at least make sure that I post my daily video. I hope that tomorrow I will have something more interesting to discuss. I think JT may be leaving the house, so I have some thoughts about what I can do while he's out and about to talk about something a little bit more interesting than being frustrated with TikTok and social media. Of course, I will say that I'm sure a lot of people, if you do end up watching this, you will understand completely where I'm coming from because, oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you for joining me today for this short little chat, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope you are safe and warm wherever you are, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer.